OAKVILLE, Ontario. When Jason Day walked off the 18th green at Glen Abbey last July, there's no way he could know the impact it would have on his career trajectory. But looking back now, the world's top-ranked golfer is quick to acknowledge that winning the 2015 RBC Canadian Open triggered what amounts to the best 12-month stretch of his professional life. How's this grab you for a year's worth of work? 6 PGA Tour wins, including the Canadian Open. A win in the WGC-Dell Match play. And, last but certainly not least, his first major title, at the PGA Championship. Day's spectacular stretch harkens back to the glory days of Tiger Woods, when he was running over the competition around the world. Number 1 in the world? Darn tootin'. Knowing that this event would springboard me to 6 wins, a major championship, getting to number 1 in the world, I'd be very surprised by that, Day said Wednesday, a day before opening defense of his Canadian Open title. It's amazing how important this event was to me to really get my career going and get it off in the right direction. You know, it's been a pretty crazy 8 months or so and, yeah, it's exciting. Exciting, sure. But not nearly as dramatic as his final 3 holes in the last round a year ago, when he effectively snatched the tournament away from Brantford, Ontario's David Hearn, who so badly wanted to rewrite the tournament's decidedly non-Canadian record book, and crowd favourite Bubba Watson. A 21-foot birdie putt on the 18th sealed it for Day, who promptly, never mind. He can't remember what he did then. When you have putts like that, as a kid, you try to work on what pose you're going to do and what you're going to do, fist pumps and stuff, Day said. It was just raw emotion that came out of me and I can't remember what I did until I watched the film. I could say those 3 holes gave me the confidence needed going into the future tournaments, especially the PGA. A couple weeks after conquering Glen Abbey, Day won his first major at Whistling Straits in Kohler, Wisconsin. After that, less than a month apart, Day won 2 FedEx Cup playoff events. This year, he's won 3 more times, the most recent being the Players' Championship in May. And now he's on top of the world, just as some, including his caddy, Colin Swatton, predicted he would. I always thought I could play golf like this, the 28-year-old Australian admitted. I've always talked to Colin about it, and he thinks that's exactly what I should be doing. But I know how much work I had to put into it. I know what I had to do to get to this position, and it's a bit of a grind. It really is. It's tough and it's boring. The process sucks sometimes. But the little things, when it's boring and you don't want to be there, that's the times when you've got to. That work ethic, the drive to succeed, won't allow Day to lay back and enjoy the fruits of his labor. Some would take their foot off the gas, back off a bit now, but that doesn't sound like it's part of Day's strategy. Exactly the opposite, in fact. I can't get too complacent with where I'm at, Day said. I know that I'm currently ranked the best player in the world. But, you know, I need to work hard. I need to work harder than I ever have before to keep that spot. I need to work harder than I ever have before to win tournaments, because it's only going to get tougher. Day may be one of the most popular guys on tour, but that doesn't mean he doesn't want to be the best in the game. Don't let the humble, nice guy act, which appears quite real, fool you. Like all the greats in every sport, Day wants to win. And win again. And again, until there is nothing left to win. I'd like to win everything from here on in, he said. That's the goal when you're coming into events. You've got to somehow want it more than the next guy. I feel very motivated right now with how DJ, world number 2 Dustin Johnson, is playing. He's playing tremendous golf and he's on my heels. He could play well here in the next few weeks and take over my spot, and I don't want that to happen. Day's reign atop the PGA Tour could continue this weekend. If the golf experts are to be believed, The Canadian Open will likely be a two-horse race between Day and Johnson, who broke through to win his first major title at the US Open a month ago. Johnson might even be the favorite, despite Day's status in the rankings. But should Day win again? Well, who knows exactly what might happen. After all, nobody would have predicted the run of success last year's Open sparked. Dry conditions not great. Andrew Giber might be sweating more than anyone wandering around Glen Abbey this week. And with good reason. The beige grass fringing the firmed-up fairways is clear proof that despite his hard work, and any rain dances, Giber hasn't exactly been rewarded with lush conditions. Giber, the superintendent of the club, has been in tough preparing the Abbey for the RBC Canadian Open due to near-drought conditions in the area this summer. A lack of rain might be great for vacationers, but it does nothing to help ready a golf course for a 4-day pro tournament. We've had a few challenges, I think mostly weather-related and a lack of rainfall, said Giber, who is working his third Open. We did get a little bit of rain, more than a week ago, but prior to that, I don't think we've had a drop on the property for about 2 months. One of the downfalls is the rough is a little thin out there. However, right up the middle the golf course is holding up well. No rain has also made the greens firm and fast, which Giber counts as a positive. They are rolling very true, he said. They are incredibly consistent. Green speeds are good, so things are good so far, yeah? We have some very extreme weather coming, it looks like, for the tournament this week, so hopefully we're in a good position that the greens can handle all the abuse they are going to take and keep rolling true and consistent through the entire event. An infestation of emerald ash borer, a pest native to Asia, forced the removal of some trees, which has opened up the course a bit. It has also brought the course back to the design golf legend Jack Nicklaus envisioned when he drew up the plans in the mid-70s, Giber says. Pushing those trees right off the edge of the fairway, on the 16th hole, is actually a lot truer to Mr. Nicklaus' design, he said, using Muirfield Village in Ohio to illustrate his point. I think a lot of these areas are truer to his design now than they were in the past. That may be true, but it doesn't mean Glen Abbey will be any greener this